Welcome to Worlds Apart, Words Together, where best friends share laughter, stories, an unbreakable bond, and maybe some interesting insight.
Oftentimes, I think that we do, but I am biased because I'm the one providing them together with you.
Yeah, so I guess welcome to this week. This week has been an interesting one so far, but we are excited to bring to you this week's topic of the benefits of exercise.
Yes. To kind of look back onto next week, last week, not next week. Last week, we kind of talked about minimalism and why that minimalism is gaining popularity. I thought it was quite an interesting episode. So if you haven't listened to it yet, go back and have a listen. And as Leah said, this week we will be talking about physical exercise. This exercise can be as small as doing some walking, stretching, or yoga, as long as your body is just moving a little bit. And we will be providing you with some health benefits, mostly physical health benefits, as to why this exercise is good for you.
Yeah, and everyone, when I feel like it is common to think that when someone says exercise, it's like CrossFit or excessive running
Yeah.
for a race or just in general or like going to the gym and spending 2 hours in the gym just like
Yeah.
lifting and all this stuff. But that's so far end of one spectrum of exercise to be that active. In reality, your body just needs movement.
Yes.
Sometimes you can over exercise and that has negative side effects physically, mentally. But just going for a walk, as you said, has or a stretch or yoga or Pilates, something that's less impactful, like on your joints and stuff, but does get, your heart pumping, your blood moving, and everything working together just has such a huge benefit on our day to day and our physical life.
It does indeed. And to kind of start our list of benefits that come with these exercises is a boost in energy levels. As I mentioned, physical activity like the walking, the stretching, or doing some yoga can improve circulation, like blood circulation, and also oxygen flow to your muscles and your brain, which can lead to a boost in energy. It combats feelings of fatigue and keeps you feeling more alert throughout the day. And I think it is very noticeable when you wake up and you go for a walk, or you wake up and you do some stretching in the morning. You oftentimes will feel a lot more ready for the day than when you wake up and just roll out of bed and go sit behind a desk.
Yeah, like 100%. Like just getting some basic movement in will reduce the like muscle tension that comes with sitting all day or being fairly immobile, but also that feeling of happiness or reduced fatigue in your muscles and your mind and everything comes from that endorphin kind of boost that you get from just moving your body. So on top of that, as Mark kind of already went into, with the blood flowing and improved circulation, this movement can also improve cardiovascular health, which is huge, especially in today's society where everyone's worried about they are at high risk of cardiovascular disease or anything in line with that. So
Mm-hmm.
regular light exercise supports the heart health by improving that circulation, reducing which can reduce blood pressure and promote healthy cholesterol levels and just all around a more homeostatic inside for non-scientific words.
Yes.
Over time, just doing 20 minutes a day of just light walking, it lowers your overall risk of heart disease and stroke.
Yeah, that is very true. And to Leah mentioned something about endorphins, and endorphins and cortisol kind of go together. They're not the same thing, they're kind of opposites. Endorphins, for those who don't know, are called the feel good hormone. And cortisol is the hormone that releases when you're stressed. And high levels of cortisol can be damaging, especially when you have high levels of cortisol over time. It is normal for people to go through a day with cortisol spikes as it's possible that when you're driving and it's very busy or something happens on the road that your cortisol level spikes. And it is also natural for those cortisol levels to go down during the day. But something that can help for those cortisol levels to go down is to do exercise. And this exercise can be as intensive as you want it to be. But as we've mentioned before, doing some light walking or going outside and enjoying some nature, doing some stretching, some yoga, this can help because it will release these feel-good endorphins. They will reduce stress and improve the mood. And as I said, especially outdoors, doing some exercising can act as a form of mindfulness and therefore could reduce anxiety levels. So if it's a nice day out and the sun is shining and you have 20 minutes to spare, just put on some shoes and go for a walk around the block. It's very easy, very short, but you can already feel the difference after you just walked for those 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about feeling good. And those endorphins, actually, when they're released, help relieve pain and reduce stress. So just keep that in mind. If for whatever reason you feel a little pain or just like fatigued or just super stressed, going for that short walk, will actually physiologically help you reduce those. And speaking of a reduction of all things bad, wait, I lost my.
You lost your train of thought.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about all these things to just be active, all these throughout the day improvements that you'll notice. But one thing it also leads to is better sleep. So light exercise, especially done earlier in the day or in the morning hours, can help regulate sleep patterns, making it easier to fall asleep and enjoy deeper and more restorative sleep. A lot of this has to do with aligning with your circadian rhythm, doing exercise more towards the evening hours when your circadian rhythm is basically telling you it's time to get ready for bed and go to sleep. It kind of contradicts that. So by doing that more in the morning hours when your circadian rhythm has the initial cortisol spike, to wake you up and then stay awake throughout the day. Doing exercise at that time period is really good. Not only that, it kind of wears you out, as so you get more tired at night than if you were just laying or sitting all day. I've noticed like on weekends when I want to be lazy and I like sit on the couch basically the whole time, like binge watching a show, that I'm not as tired at night because I physically have not exerted myself. Whereas if I do exercise, then I have exerted myself, and that also promotes better sleep.
And that all of those points that we just talked about, like the during the day, the improvement of cardiovascular health, the reducing of stress and anxiety, and the better sleep, they all also tie into the boost of immune function. Consistent light exercise, you can see a link between this and an improved immune system function. It can help flush out bacteria in the lungs and the airways. It can reduce inflammation, and it can promote the circulation of immune cells in the body, making it easier to fight off infections. So, outside, being around these bacteria and being around just people and walking and getting fresh air, it's all super good for you. Even, and this has nothing to do with exercise, but even opening up a window in your home when it's colder to get that fresh air in, it's super good for you. It will clean the air and it can help your immune system to stay strong during especially these winter months.
Yeah, and all of this is very broad and generic reasons. Obviously, each of these points have a lot more depth to
Totally.
the benefits of it. We're just touching on the broad and the generalization of this because these are the points that really do kind of directly link to pretty much everyone. We can always make an episode that we go deeper into if you guys are wanting, or maybe we will do that one day.
Yeah.
Let us know. But overall, just our bodies are meant to move, our bodies are meant to be outside. The one aspect we didn't really touch on, which I will touch on very, very briefly, is the vitamin D
Yes.
that you get from the sun.
Yes.
I know it's difficult in the winter months, but so many people are vitamin D deficient, especially if you live away from the equator. Just being outside in the sun not only does improvement for your mood, but you do your body does synthesize vitamin D from that, which also has been shown to be linked to enormous amounts of different health topics, improving immune function, improving
Brain
mood,
health.
improving brain health, bone health, any kind of health. Vitamin D has a link.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. There's so much research coming out about it. Vitamin D is so crucial. So again, just go outside for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah. I think that kind of ties it all together. Today was a very short episode. And as Leah said, we very briefly touched on some important benefits that you can have from exercise to it. And if you are interested in seeing more, hearing more, you can either do some own research yourself or you can reach out and we can talk about it in another episode and with more depth. But for now, I think this is all we got for you. So we want to thank you for joining us as we offer a glimpse into true friendship where even though worlds seem apart, the connection remains strong. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.